Let's take a peek into the Piano Pyramid curriculum, which is an ensemble-based multi-level group piano curriculum. So what I do for this curriculum is mix ages from 8 on up, beginner to early intermediate levels. You do not have to have all 5 levels in order for your class to work. I group my students from ages 8 to 11, then 11 to 14 because of maturity issues. Also a class for teens and a class for adults. Everyone plays the same piece, but at a different level. So here are the levels. The beginner is what I call prep pianist. Then there's early elementary pianist 1, elementary pianist 2, late elementary pianist 3, early intermediate pianist 4. What I give you in the teacher guide is a plan and a framework for you to be able to plan for your whole piano year. So there are 32 weeks of lesson plans in the teacher guide where I tell you step by step how to create that framework for your class. I tell you exactly what to do. I give you everything that you need. There are also 6 assessments during those 32 weeks where you can evaluate your students. Maybe they need to move up. Maybe you need to change things a little bit so that they can understand better. So that is already built into the program. And then there's also space for solo repertoire. So you can add other music that you'd like to for students who want to do more. And also space for you to stop working on ensembles and work for recitals or any other performances. So I wanted to make this curriculum flexible for the teacher. I know all of us teach slightly differently, even though we are teaching to play the piano. So only the beginner student in prep pianist will have the alpha notes on every single song. There is really no progression in book 1. As the semester develops, if that student feels ready to progress to something more difficult, then there are things in the book where they can self-evaluate and tell you they are ready, and then both of you can decide if they're ready for the next level. Fingering is usually only posted at the beginning or in specific places. There's a little bit more, but not in every measure, in in the prep pianist, because they're just learning their finger numbers. And then rhythm, I use numerical. It is not written on the pages or the music score. It will be in the theory, but that will be easy for you to change. I use numerical because it's the most common, but if there's anything else that you use, feel free to use it. In no way am I telling you in the lesson plans to do it a specific way. So the curriculum is flexible and adaptable. Linda Johnson is one of our newest teachers. She joined a year ago. So since fall, she joined Piano Pyramid Academy in the spring and did a little bit of it in the summer. But in the fall, she started full-time with the curriculum. And she is so amazed that the class runs so smoothly with the different levels in her studio. Best of all, hassle-free because all the work has been done for you for the planning. Okay, let me explain to you the different levels and show you the music score so you can have a better idea of what the music looks like, all the ensembles. Prep pianist is a beginner. They do not know anything. Or maybe they've taken a little bit of piano, but they really need to review a lot. So they are learning to read the notes on the staff, to identify rhythm notation. They're learning to play 5-finger scales, and they play primarily by rote. Remember, ages 8 and up. This is what their music looks like. Alpha notes written on the staff, because even though they are reading the names of the keys and their piano is labeled, I want them to begin to understand that reading part of playing the piano and reading music. Pianist 1 can already play in different positions. So when I mean positions like the 5-finger scales that they worked on in prep pianists, they know how to do that. They understand. They understand rhythm notation, because we did that in the previous book. And they don't have to finish the previous book in order to move to Pianist 1. They're ready to play 1-octave scales. They understand note reading. It doesn't mean that they can already do it perfectly, but it means they understand how to figure it out. And those are things that we work through the lesson plans. There's time for landmarks, and there's time for the theory and all of that that's going to help them understand to get to this point. This is what their music looks like. Note reading. They have to be able to understand what's going on here. There's some things here that could be done by rote, and that is okay. But the basic idea is for them to be able to figure out the note reading. Pianist 2, you need to be able to read all the notes on treble and bass staff. And you've been playing scales and different songs in different positions. Pianist 2 is developing a stronger understanding of rhythm notation. We know this takes a while, and is ready to play hands together. This is a elementary level, and you see their music here. It's a little bit more complicated because they're understanding the notation and the rhythm and playing hands together. Pianist 3 can read all the notes on treble and bass clef, has a deeper understanding of rhythm notation, and is ready to play 2-octave scales. So now we're really want them to be able to be independent. If the student cannot figure this out, a late elementary cannot figure this out on their own, sight read separate hands, and just needs time separate hands and then put them together, then they shouldn't be in Pianist 3. They need to stay in Pianist 2 until that becomes easy, and then they're ready for a challenge. So there's further understanding of rhythm and note reading. Pianist 4 can read all the notes on treble and bass clef and ledger lines, easily plays chord inversions and scale passages with accuracy, and plays early intermediate piano repertoire. Now, I hope you've noticed that all of the pieces that I have shared with you, all of these scores, go together. They don't have to be all played together to sound good. Each one sounds individually by itself, but this is the main piece here, Pianist 4, early intermediate level. Deeper understanding of rhythm and note reading. The student needs to be able to figure this out, most of it on their own. And then when we have that time in class where we do the leveled instruction, then I can make sure that they are playing it correctly. But all of the parts that I just showed you are played together or separately. They sound good on their own, but it's the same song at different levels. So Anna Phelps is an amazing group piano teacher in a school setting. She has more than 20 pianos in her room. So it's really, really great what she's doing. And she uses the piano pyramid multi-level ensembles in a different way. So with whatever plan that she had already created before piano pyramid, she likes to do something additional with piano pyramid. So she hands out everyone the beginning level, and then they can level up on their own. So using these in a classroom setting has been phenomenal for the students to inspire and mentor each other in the basics of note naming and reading. Theory pages. Every book has theory pages, every level. This is what the prep pianists, an example of their theory pages. Here's an example of Pianist 1, all for the same lesson. So they're doing basic things that we would do in a beginner level. Here we're doing landmarks because they're already reading notes. And Pianist 3 and 4 are working on C, G, and G7 chords. Scales are also included in the book. In each student book, the prep piano students will have 5-finger scales. They're all picture scales, so that it can be easy for them to learn and memorize, play by rote, and then we can play together. 1-octave major scales for pianist 1 and 2, and 2-octave major scales for pianist 3 and 4. There's also flashcards in each student book. And when they're printed, they have the answer in the back. So these are flashcards the kids can cut out of their book and study when they're ready to level up or do an assignment or do their theory, etc. Okay, this is important for you to know. Our books come in digital form. Book 1 is in digital form, and the price of each book reflects that it is a studio license. So studio license for one teacher, which means you can make copies for your students forever. Each book has 12 ensembles. Each book has theory pages, flashcards, and scales. Each book is $125 because it includes the studio license. Many teachers like to use the digital because if students are leveling up during the semester, they don't have to give them a whole book. They can just print out the songs that they need for the next level. The printed books are also available for book 1. These prices are different because it's a consumable book. So the students are going to write in it. But it also brings the 12 ensembles, the theory pages, the flashcards, and the scales. You may also buy single ensembles that are part of the curriculum. So you don't have to buy the whole book. If you just want to try the pieces that are in the curriculum and buy them one at a time, there are $54 each currently. It depends when you're watching this video. But if you are a member of Piano Pyramid Academy, you will be able to see the current prices and always use your membership discount. Liz is one of the teachers that joined last summer. And in the fall, she started using the whole curriculum with her group piano classes. And she's really been enjoying and loving Piano Pyramid this year. She's excited to use book 2 this fall. And yes, book 2 is available in digital form. So if one year you did book 1, now the next year you can use book 2. What if a student has not made progress? They're still in the prep pianist level. That's okay. They can continue being in prep pianist in book 2 until they're ready to move on. Studio licensed, another new set of 12 ensembles, theory pages, flashcards, and scales. Book 3 comes out in August 2024. Same concept. And we are planning to have all the books in printed form also. Book 2 is not ready yet to be printed, but it will be coming soon. The same for book 3. We will have digital and the printed form. And then our brand new curriculum that is still in production right now is Piano Pyramid Explorers for ages 4 through 8. It's very different from anything that you've probably taught before if you've done these age groups, because we divide it into age 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, preparing them to be in a multi-level class. So that is not even in the Piano Pyramid Academy course yet. There's some little peeks into it, but that will be ready August 2024. Okay, what are the benefits of joining the Piano Pyramid Academy membership? Well, I give you guidance step by step on how to teach multi-level group piano. So these are videos for every single part of what you have to do in the lesson. And then there are class demonstrations of my own classes and all the things that happen. You get one-on-one answers to your questions. So everybody has something unique to their studio. So we have set up office hours so that you can talk to me or to Mindy, who is another teacher that works with me in creating the Piano Pyramid ensembles. And then you have exclusive access to purchase the curriculum. You can't buy it anywhere else unless you are a member of the Piano Pyramid Academy. I did not mention that you only have to pay once for being a member of Piano Pyramid Academy. The current price will be on the website, and all these benefits are still included. But just remember, it's not a monthly fee. As I mentioned before, you can use your 20% discount on anything on the private exclusive store for Piano Pyramid Academy or on the regular store that we have for the public. You just have to remember to use that code. It never changes. For you as a member, it's always the same code, 20% off. Then the audio files for each part of each ensemble in each of our books, book 1, 2, and 3. There are MP3s, just audio that you can email to your student, or there are practice videos also. So you'll just see hands playing the piece to remind the students how to practice the song. We've done that for every single piece in our curriculum. And that's it. That is the peek into Piano Pyramid curriculum and the membership. I hope that has answered a lot of your questions. But if you have any other question or if there's something you didn't understand, please feel free to contact me. Just go to pianopyramid.com. There's a contact link on there and send me an email. Bye-bye.